From a $3 trillion economy, India will grow to become a $40 trillion economy by 2047.
$55 trillion economy in 2047.
This is not something that we cannot count. We can, but I will only count the first 40 trillion dream. And I will let the 55 trillion guy to explain his formula. Whatever crystal ball he was using to see the future. $3.9 trillion is India's GDP in end of 2024. I will make it 4 trillion to make it easier to count. We still need 36 trillion in 22 years to achieve the target, which means India must grow at least $1.6 trillion per year to achieve that target.
Wow!
To put things in perspective, there is no country in this world that experienced $1.6 trillion growth in 1 year. And if India wants to achieve his goal, he will need to start it this year. $1.6 trillion GDP growth, which is 40% of his last total GDP. To be honest, it sounds like the pig can fly. Don't misunderstood. The people with influence in India know exactly what they are doing. They know all the calculation. I believe they even calculate it better than us. They did it on purpose, because they know they have to keep feeding the Indian people with hope, so certain group of people can stay on the top. I will show you more in the next cases.
अमरावती नए रंग रूप के साथ सच्चे अर्थ में पीपल्स कैपिटल बनने जा रही है.
At 2018, Indian Prime Minister Mr. Modi announced Amravati as the future capital of Andhra Pradesh. The entire country drowning in joy. This new modern city was once claimed to be the most sustainable city in the world, and will be one of the most advanced and well-managed city in the world, together with Singapore, Tokyo, Shanghai, Dubai, or whatever city that might come in your mind when someone mentioned about well-managed city. It's been 8 years since the first time this CGI picture of Amravati uploaded in internet, and after 8 years it is still CGI picture. Simply because it is impossible for the government to show off how failed the development progress of the city that once was called as the future of India. The reality on the ground is just too painful to watch. Not only there is nothing close to become a well-managed city, you can't even find alive in the empty land that was once named to be the future of India. Sanitation system and underground concrete are just lying on the grass. By the length of the grass that's surrounding the concrete, it is safe to say that it has long been forgotten. Only a few unfinished buildings give the sign that there was a big ambition on this forgotten land. Even the road is cut off by the wild growing trees. To put cherry on the top, electricity towers don't have cable on them, match perfectly with the broken roads below. The future city of India may never arrive. The CGI picture will remain. The dream was burnt to dust. As old dreams gone, new dreams born.
Tesla has proposed to set up a factory to produce electric cars for local sale and export.
Reports say the company has written to the government of India. It says Tesla is willing to make electric cars in
Bangalore. There's been due diligence for...
The government of India work together with Indian medias, feed its people with new hope. When old dreams broken into pieces, a new hope put the people into another dream. They made it a national campaign, almost as if Elon Musk will change his passport to Indian passport. Almost as if Tesla will become Indians' national brand. Few months later, the truth unfolded. Again, another dream shattered. And again, another hope arise. This time, Container shipbuilding is the new lullaby song sings by the government, challenging the global dominance of the world, their old rival, China. While it is good to have a dream, it is better to wake up and begin to understand the problems. Since Modi's administration lead India, hope and dreams have arrived and left, with some of them swept away and hidden under the rug. The India's bullet train that cooperate with Japan, the rail bridge broken even before any trains run on the bridge. Last year, 15 bridges collapsed within 1 month in Bihar, East India. The smell of corruption is as thick as peeling a durian under your nose. Dreams and hopes come and go in India, but the poor remain poor, the riches get richer. India is a perfect country to see how far the difference between the rich and the poor. There isn't any country in this world that can give you such an irony like India. In the list of countries by GDP per capita, India is at rank 141, a rank that nobody can be proud of. But, at the same time, India has 4 people that put themselves into the list of top 10 richest people in Asia. This tells a lot about how wide the gap between the rich and the poor in India. While Mr. Modi bragging about the growth of India's GDP, at the same time, the numbers of Indians that live below poverty line also grow to more than 900 million. While it is true that India has become the 5th largest economy in the world, it is also true that the growth is only enjoyed by the very few percentage of people of India. And there are no signs that changes will arrive anytime soon, as the government do nothing to help the middle class and low class people, if not making things worse with taxes, regulations that reach the sky. If you look at the table, you'll see the irony. In some parts, India's tax even higher than UK, France, or South Korea, which is considered as developed countries. Tax like first world, but service like third world. Not necessary to become a genius to predict the result. We can see Indian migrants everywhere now, and this will only get worse if things didn't get any better in India. India need a change, and changes will not come without changing the people in charge that bring them to this point. Or, if the people keep believing in false hope.